Okay, so here's something that'll mess with your head. Life on Earth has almost completely disappeared, not once, not twice, 5 separate times. We're talking about events so catastrophic that over 75% of all living creatures just vanished. But here's the wild part. Life comes back every single time. And now, scientists say we're living through the 6th mass extinction. Except this time, it's not volcanoes or asteroids causing it. It's us. Let's walk through the 5 times Earth's creatures nearly went extinct and talk about why number 6 is completely different. What is a mass extinction? Before we dive in, let's define what we're talking about. A mass extinction is when about 75% or more of Earth's species disappear within a geologically short period, usually a few million years. A few million years? Yeah, I know that sounds long, but on Earth's 4.5 billion year timeline, that's literally a blink. Here's some perspective. If you compressed Earth's entire history into 24 hours, life would appear around 5 a.m. Dinosaurs wouldn't show up until 11 p.m., and humans, we'd appear at the very last second before midnight. In that 1 second, we've witnessed the tail end of the 5th mass extinction, and now we're causing the 6th. These extinction events weren't just destructive, they were also opportunities. Every time the slate got wiped clean, new creatures evolved to fill the empty spaces. Mass extinctions are basically nature's brutal way of hitting the reset button. All right, let's meet the creatures that didn't make it. The first extinction, when the oceans froze, 444 million years ago. Let's rewind to 444 million years ago. Life exists almost entirely in the oceans. The land is basically barren, just some moss and lichen clinging to rocks. But the seas? Absolutely filled with bizarre creatures. This period is called the Ordovician, and the oceans were packed with trilobites, armored bug-looking things, brachiopods, shell creatures, ancient corals, and countless species of plankton. These weren't the creatures you'd recognize today. These were alien-looking things with weird spikes, multiple eyes, and body plans that make no sense. Then disaster struck. The continents shifted toward the South Pole, and massive glaciers started forming. Global sea levels dropped dramatically, temperatures plummeted, and finally, oxygen levels in the oceans crashed. The result? About 85% of all marine species went extinct. Coral reefs, which had taken millions of years to build, were almost completely wiped out. It took over 100 million years for them to recover. Let that sink in. 100 million years. Trilobites took a massive hit but survived. They'd been around for 270 million years by this point and would hang on for another 180 million. But the extinction opened the door for new creatures to evolve and dominate the next era. The second extinction, the Age of Fishes, ends 375 million years ago. Fast forward to 375 million years ago, the late Devonian period, often called the Age of Fishes. The oceans were dominated by placoderms, giant armored fish that looked like underwater tanks. Some grew over 30 feet long with jaws strong enough to crush bone. These guys were apex predators of their time. On land, forests were spreading for the first time. The first trees with actual roots and vascular systems were growing, creating the planet's first true woodlands. Then things went wrong. Multiple things, actually. As forests spread, dead plant matter fell into rivers and oceans, decomposing and sucking oxygen out of the water. Massive volcanic eruptions released carbon dioxide and toxic metals. Ocean chemistry went haywire. Climate swings became extreme. This extinction happened gradually over about 20 million years. About 75% of species disappeared. The placoderms, those dominant armored fish, went completely extinct. Coral reefs collapsed again, but some creatures survived and evolved into new forms. This extinction set the stage for the next group to take over, early amphibians and reptiles that would eventually lead to dinosaurs. The third extinction, the Great Dying, 252 million years ago. Alright, if the previous two were bad, this one was apocalyptic. Scientists literally call it the Great Dying. This happened 252 million years ago at the end of the Permian period, and it was the closest life has ever come to complete annihilation. 96% of marine species died, 70% of land animals died. Some estimates say up to 83% of all genera, entire groups of related species, vanished. To put that in perspective, if this extinction happened today, it would wipe out almost everything. Imagine losing elephants, tigers, whales, most birds, most fish, most insects, almost everything, gone. What caused it? The main culprit was massive volcanic eruptions in Siberia. These weren't normal eruptions. This was millions of years of continuous volcanic activity covering an area the size of the continental United States in lava. Trillions of tons of carbon dioxide and methane were released. Global temperatures skyrocketed. Oceans became acidic and oxygen depleted. Parts of the ocean might have even released toxic hydrogen sulfide gas. Earth became a literal hell. Trilobites, remember those tough little armored creatures that survived the first two extinctions, finally went extinct. After 270 million years of survival, they couldn't handle this one. For millions of years afterwards, Earth was a barren wasteland with very few species. Recovery took over 10 million years, the longest of any mass extinction. But eventually, life bounced back, and from the ashes rose a new group of creatures, early dinosaurs. The fourth extinction. Dinosaurs take over, 201 million years ago. By 201 million years ago, during the Triassic period, life had recovered from the Great Dying. The planet was once again full of weird and wonderful creatures. But then another extinction event hit, wiping out about 70 to 75% of species. The cause? The supercontinent Pangaea was breaking apart. As continents rifted, massive volcanic eruptions released huge amounts of carbon dioxide. Global temperatures went haywire, swinging between extreme heat and cold. This extinction wiped out many of the creatures that had been dominating since the Permian recovery. Giant amphibians? Gone. Many large reptiles that competed with early dinosaurs? Gone. And that created an opportunity. Dinosaurs, which had been relatively small and not particularly dominant, suddenly had room to evolve and spread. Within a few million years, they became the dominant land animals on Earth. This extinction set the stage for the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods, the age when dinosaurs ruled everything for the next 135 million years. The fifth extinction, the day the dinosaurs died, 66 million years ago. Now we get to the most famous extinction of all, the one that ended the dinosaurs. 66 million years ago, dinosaurs had been dominating Earth for over 150 million years. T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptors, massive long-necked sauropods, they were everywhere and thriving. Then, on one particular day, everything changed. An asteroid about 6 miles wide slammed into what's now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico at over 40,000 miles per hour. The impact released energy equivalent to billions of nuclear bombs going off simultaneously. The impact created a crater over 110 miles wide and sent a shockwave around the entire planet. Earthquakes, mega tsunamis, wildfires across entire continents. But the real killer was the dust. Trillions of tons of debris were thrown into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun for months, maybe years. Temperatures plummeted, plants died, herbivores starved, carnivores starved, the entire food chain collapsed. About 75% of all species went extinct, including almost all non-avian dinosaurs. The only dinosaurs that survived were small feathered ones, the ancestors of modern birds. But some creatures made it through. Small mammals living in burrows, some reptiles, certain birds, and from those survivors, over millions of years, evolved every mammal species alive today, including us, the sixth extinction, the one we're causing. So here's where things get uncomfortable. Scientists now say we're in the middle of the sixth mass extinction. Species are disappearing 100 to 1,000 times faster than the natural background extinction rate. But this time, there's no asteroid, no megavolcanoes, no ice age. The cause is us, humans. Habitat destruction, pollution, climate change, overfishing, hunting. We're doing in a few centuries what usually takes millions of years of natural disasters. Since 1970, just 50 years ago, wildlife populations have declined by an average of 68%. Insects, which make up the base of most food chains, are disappearing at alarming rates. Coral reefs are dying, forests are shrinking. Here's what makes this extinction different from all the others. We know it's happening, we understand the causes, and we can stop it. The dinosaurs couldn't prevent an asteroid, trilobites couldn't stop an ice age, but we can change our behavior. We have technology, knowledge, and choices. The question is, will we? Previous extinctions took millions of years to recover from. If we push this too far, recovery will take millions of years again, and humans, who've only been around for about 300,000 years, probably won't be part of that recovery. 5 times, Earth's creatures almost completely disappeared. 5 times, life came back, different, strange, and resilient. We're babies in evolutionary terms, and we're already causing an extinction event. But here's the hope. Unlike every other dominant species in Earth's history, we can actually choose a different path. We can innovate, adapt, and change course. The question is whether we will before it's too late. Which extinction shocked you most? Drop a comment. Want to learn more about Earth's wild history? Smash that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.